Hello and welcome to the C4 Miles Draft League Season 3. This is Week 3, Battle number 5 between Leor and Let It Snow and Eons and the Coalition for Cat-Person Co-Equality, the CCPC for short. The Mega Pokemon in this battle are Mega Abomasnow for Leor and Mega Pidgeot for Eons. The Z Pokemon for Leor are Z Reuniclus, Z Attack Electivire. The Z Pokemon for Eons are Z Drampa and Z Attack Regieleki. Mega Pidgeot is here, and the only Z Pokemon that appears to be here is Electivire. Looks like Leor brought yet another Hail Core. He has a lot of ice types, and he's not afraid to use them. And 3 of them are here. I'm really interested in seeing how they stack up, especially against Pokemon like Passimian. Oh goodness, yeah, Passimian, Emboar, and Copperajah. 3 pretty much just stalwarts for any ice-type Pokemon. The good news is at least they have one target, or what's the good news for Leor is they have one target they can hit strong in Mega Pidgeot, but Mega Pidgeot does have a perfectly accurate Heat Wave, so Leor needs to be very careful of that. Overall, this looks like a relatively bulky team, at least with Orbeetle, Clefable, Emboar, and Copperajah. Electivire, if it has Fire Punch and or Earthquake, could do a lot of damage. Arctozolt just kind of murders things in Hail, so as long as Leor can keep Hail up, at least for 2 cycles, he will likely have a good chance of doing well, especially with Bulk. There is no Bulk Beak resist or immunity here on Eon's team, which is really scary, especially because abandoned Bulk Beak. I don't want to think about that. Actually, that sounds mean and terrifying. I don't like that, but we're probably going to see it anyways. So, on Eon's side, he's got a lot of resistances to ice. He's got 3, and even with Alola Ninetales secondary type and Fairy, which there are 2 Fairy types on Leor's team right now, he does have a Fairy resist, and he does have a neutral Fairy fighting type in Emboar, which is kind of important because Emboar's longevity, it's not great, but it can make do with the fact that it literally hits like a dump truck, and you really just don't want to take an Emboar hit, especially if Eon somehow can get Trick Room up. That could spell disaster, especially for Arctozolt and for Electivire, as they're relatively fast Pokemon. But I'm interested in seeing how this goes, so without further ado, I'll get these coaches going. As far as leads, as an avid Mesprit user myself, I think Uxie will likely be a Stealth Rock lead, and then we might see Copperajah or Clefable. There's Klefki and Passimian. Looks like Leor forgot to nickname his Pokemon. We'll hear about that later. But we have Return to Monk, the Passimian. Very good nickname for any monkey. Orbeetle comes out and frisks. This is going to be a Screens Klefki. Klefki will be guaranteed to get Light Screen up now. Oh, that's interesting. Klefki calls out the trick with a Foul Play. I'm surprised Leor didn't go for a Light Screen. But regardless, about 20% done on Orbeetle now. Klefki can switch out now if it wants to. Because the only thing that can take a Foul Play, or the only thing that's weak to Foul Play is Orbeetle. Everything else either resists it or is neutral to it. And the resists have high attack, so even if they were weak to it, then that would give Klefki a bigger reason for staying in. Out comes Electivire, and the monkey is back in. curious to see what Electivire does here. It can just go for a wild charge if it so desires. I mean, it hits really hard, and there's no electric immunity or resist on this whole team. There's just a lot of bulk and Mega Pidgeot. But mostly bulk. So everything can really tank at least one wild charge, I think, unless there's not a lot of defensive investment. Out comes Lapras. Passimian uses U-turn. Probably going to switch into, if I had to guess, Orbeetle or Caparaja? Passimian would have been a good choice to keep in. Emboar can switch in here. The only question is if it's got enough, if it's Scarfed and EV to be faster than Lapras. If it's not, then we likely see Caparaja come in, I think. Or Clefable. Clefable can kind of just do Clefable things. And commit massive amounts of war crimes. And there it is! It's Joker from Persona 5, guys. Look, he's right there. And Lapras... Wait, what? Okay. Is this a Hydration Lapras? Okay. Okay. That's pretty cool. Okay, you have my attention now. Clefable uses Calm Mind, so this might be a Calm Mind stored power Clefable. What does Lapras go for here? Is this a rain... Maybe it's a double dance Lapras, but it's one of the weirdest double dances I've ever seen. With a rain dance, dragon dance. That would be fun. And honestly, I would definitely put it up to Leor to do something quirky like that. Even game now, Clefable does have those special defense boosts, so a Dragon Dance set. Another Calm Mind goes out. Weather Ball does a decent enough 20% to Clefable. Yeah, if I had to guess. Okay, so this is a special attacking Lapras, but this could also... Out comes a Lonely Ninetales. It's going to reset the weather. Probably set up Aurora Veil. If it sets up Aurora Veil, that gives it a little bit more... That gives Leor's team a little bit more protection on the special side. But Clefable kind of just looks like it's really menacing. Flamethrower is going to KO. It's faster? What? Okay, now I'm confused. That means there was no speed investment into a Lonely Ninetales for that to be faster. But anyways, out comes Arctozolt. The one, the only, the war criminal itself. If Eons has nothing that can tank at least one Bolt Beak, he probably just loses most of his team. Down goes Clefable. This is a Life Orb Bolt Beak set, which means... yikes. That's all I can say. If Passimian is Scarfed, then I think he might... I think Eons might be able to take it down, but that's if. That's an if. I'm not entirely sure, because if Arctozolt is full speed... Ooh... I think it's hard to tell. Oh, yeah, we already knew the Life Orb, but Orbeetle comes out. Orbeetle might be able... If it's a physical defensive set, which it might be. It might be a physical defensive set. No, Bolt Beat still just takes it out. My goodness. Arctozolt's looking really, really scary right now. If Eons can send out a Pokemon... If Hail only lasts for one more turn, then Arctozolt's in a really rough spot, and Eons will know that, and can easily take it out with likely Passimian. But for now, we await to see what Pokemon Eon sends out. If I had to guess... No, Pidgeot might be a bad idea. Because Pidgeot could still have a little bit of utility. But I believe Caparaja is really, really bulky. Kaparaja might be able to take a Bolt Peak. Yeah, for anybody wondering what the effect of Bolt Beak is, deals more damage if it goes first. It's also an electric type move, and for anybody wondering, Arctozolt's an electric type. So, yeah, Bolt Beak does damage. It's like Vicious Rend, but not Vicious Rend, because it's not a water type move. It's an electric type move. But for now, we await Eon's decision. Currently a 5-4 game in Leor's favor. Arctozolt looking poised to take out another Pokemon. Doing more quirky Arctozolt things. A physically defensive body press set from Kaparaja might do the trick. I'm gonna say it could. Since this isn't a switch in, this is just a hard revenge, pretty much. It's just coming in after a Pokemon fainted. I think Kaparaja can take on Arctozolt. And out comes C9, the baby Among Us. Amogus, sorry. The Kaparaja. Very gamer name. Oh my god. That's an Icy Rock. This might be game over. My god. Arctozolt. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Pidgeot uses Heat Wave. That's going to... Arctozolt is going to take itself out with Life Orb damage. That means Arctozolt was not full speed. It was full attack instead. But this puts Leor in a bit of a bind. However, there are 2 fighting types left, and Leor does have a Uxie available, as well as a fairy type in Klefki. The only question is whether or not Klefki has a move like Dazzling Gleam or not. Out comes Passimian, and here is Uxie. Passimian, I believe, gets knockoff? Or some kind of dark type move. It also has U-turn, and we have seen this U-turn come out. Uxie, however, is fat. Ridiculous bulk. U-turn does 51%, though. Out comes Emboar. The Sigma male knockoff is going to take away Chesto. Is that a Chesto Resto set? My goodness, I'm seeing some pretty fire sets around here. I'm liking what I see. Anyways, bye-bye goes Leftovers. If Emboar has speed investment, it probably outspeeds Uxie. Or no, I don't think so. Uxie is pretty fast, unlike Mesper. If it has Psycho Cut, it would be in a good chance to do well. Emboar, I believe... Oh, uses Foul Play. Ah, Head Smash. This is a Reckless set. Oh, I see what the play is here. It's a Reckless Head Smash with Chesto Berry, and there's the rest. This could be a Rest Talk set, too. That would be really cool. It is unfortunately not a Rest Talk set. And out comes Rain Dance. Head Smash misses. Weather Ball is not going to take out. How bad is Lapras' special attack? That's unfortunate. However, Emboar sticking around with 6%. A Head Smash will take itself out. However, it'll also do pretty solid damage to Lapras. There's also a chance that this Lapras has no special attack investment, and it's mostly built for longevity. Which, Hydration Rest, would be a longevity set. And rest is used. Weather Ball, want to do 81%. Wow, that 94% was a high roll. Weather Ball is going to take out Embor. It's now 3-1 in Leor's favor. Out comes Passimian. Earthquake does 31%. That's a bulky Lapras. Weather Ball does 67%. Earthquake does 31%. However, Weather Ball takes it out with an unnecessary critical hit. And Leor wins this battle by a score of 3-1. Wow. Arctozolt is a war criminal and a half. My goodness. That was crazy. Wow. But yeah, Leor wins that one thanks to Arctozolting. Eon's put up a good fight though. The Pidgeot probably could have come out first. And it would have at least taken some good damage away from the Arctozolt. And Arctozolt would have had its longevity cut down significantly. However, in the end, as we saw, the Arctozolt was not actually KO'd by the Heat Wave, so it could have been a difference maker. But we don't know. We might know soon, though. We might know again later, though. Playoffs are definitely not solidified yet. It's only week 3. They have plenty of times, plenty of exchanges, plenty of differences to be made. Speaking of plenty of things, there's plenty of more matches to come up soon. Thank you for watching, and stick around for more matches this week. And take care.